Hello everybody, hope you're having a good day. So today, showing you the front part of the garden that I've been working on. There's a window here, so the reflection comes here, but for the most part this is you can see it's very shaded, but afternoon it's very sunny in winter and very sunny in summer at daytime instead. So it changes, the light position changes the sun exposure, which makes it harder to kind of gauge this rose. This was just transplanted. This was the rose that was at the backyard before, and I just transplanted yesterday. I have not watered it all the way in yesterday too much. I haven't added the drips. You can see the drips are still on the side, and I need to do that. This is basically the Eden from Home Depot that I got last year, exactly last year in the winter. You know, when they have the stocking in around November, December, that's when they have the stocking for California areas. So this is that Eden. It was in a brown container that's smaller. I think it's like the 15 or 20, I forgot. But I basically put it in the repurposed my wine barrel and put it there. It did have a growth bag. I think the growth bag was, I forgot. It's probably like a 25 maybe. And then I put it inside the growth bag. Not like I needed it, but I just put it in case if anything go wrong with the transplant, I can move it out quickly from the wine barrel because I know that I cannot move this wine barrel easily myself. The trellis was also installed new yesterday. So you can see I put Sept here at the corner. It's not exactly flat, but that's the best I can do. So what happened was, if I can show you guys at the back, and I lost the cap. I need to add the cap back here. It's probably somewhere on the ground that I can see right now. But basically, it's not ideal because it has a pointy end here. I'll probably move this cap out first for now. But basically, these are the caps I have, and I kind of like put it in. I try to cut it. It's too thick for me to cut here. So it's better to have that one out exposed instead of the one at the back. Probably I'll uncap this one too. It's kind of hard to uncap that one too for some reason. But you got what I'm saying. I just want to make sure that it's capped in case people poked out. I try to cut it. I can't cut it with my cable wire cutter. So I cap that one at the bottom. It's safer. So I figure out if I need to wire it, bend down all the way wire that way, I can add a wire there. And the whole point is, you see I have the metal bracket here. I'm trying to not have it into the ground for the trellis because these are, even though this will probably break down within a couple of years if I was not being careful for watering. In theory, in California, it shouldn't rain that much. But you can see the wood material is kind of like, and this is the only thing that can fit in our car without actually paying for a lift or something. So that's what we got. It's not that durable. I got it from a hardware store. It fits in our car when we carry it. That's why we bought it originally before I go for the Costco ones, the metal ones. I think these are more flimsy than the Costco. They're cheaper though, so is it? It's about the same price actually. I think it's like about 40 bucks each. You can see it's very flimsy. It looks good, but it's flimsy. But I figure once it can lean on the trellis and establish its curve, it will meet its purpose. And there's, like, you can see there's plenty of space here. It's not like I can walk in, but there is enough space in case I need to do something around the house. The only bad thing I have to say is, I'm gonna block the number here. The only bad thing is up here, if the water go down, it might hurt down on the plants, but it don't rain that much, so I'm not too worried. But that's like something to consider about the positioning of this plant. I'm gonna try this spot first before I put the second one in here. And you can see I kind of tie it in very loosely here on the trellis to create a bend. When I transplant it, I don't know if you can tell, this is slightly higher, probably like the bottom here. The bottom inch or two is actually with soil before I put the bag, before I put the soil on around it. The idea is it can grow in the happier soil before I go to the crappy soil, and by then 1 year later when it kind of come out, it will be a fertilized, there's a bee here, but it will be a fertilized soil then. So this is actually cheaper dirt than the one inside. Yeah, I have actually different dirt in the house for different purposes, but this ring is crappier dirt than the ones inside. Is more nutritious. I put the, before I transplant the one at the back, I put the Fish Emulsion and water it well. Actually, I put the container on the wheelies before I water it. I completely forgot, so I was having a hard time lifting and moving the thing into this container. And of course, I also have a hard time moving this container by myself. So you do want to water your rose before you transplant it where possible. There are these parts I should cut it out. I haven't. Like, you can see this whole part is dead. I should have cut it, but I just haven't do it yet. I want to see how she likes it here first. I just prefer least disruption for her. When I remove her from the container, I did not remove any roots, as in I basically let the, you can see the dirt here is where I had the container. I let it roll out yesterday to make sure that I did disturb the roots, but at least I'm not cutting the roots. It has a very, this plant has been growing a year in its previous container, and it didn't show much growth. As you can see, it didn't show much growth at all, but I think she will be fine because she has a lot of roots, like more hair than my head, and I have long hair, so she has a lot of fibrous roots. There's like two that's like the original transplant. You can tell it's thick roots, but that has a lot of fibrous root here. It's probably like at least like a broom size. It's very, very a lot of roots here, but it didn't like grow at all. I figure it was trying to grow root the whole year last year actually. So that's that. I did use the alfalfa, I think. Let me think. Alfalfa, the rose tone. There's a third one. Cap as the fertilizer. Those are the three I have handy. I just basically use whatever I have because everything I have is organic, so it wouldn't go crazy on her. As I'm transplanting, I'm putting that. I do need to put these back on the top because you can see I didn't do that much yesterday. I know I need to do that. I just haven't got to it. So that's basically it. So just want to show you guys the transplant. I did feel my back like the whole night, like 5 hours. I cannot sleep because of the back pain. It's severe back pain from moving this thing. Do get help when you're moving a wine barrel. It looks easy, but it's not. Especially when it's kind of like having a little soil already. Especially the bag of soil here is also not that easy. It just, I did take my time. And I did snap a little as I'm transplanting. I did snap a lot. But I hope she will be fine because I didn't disrupt her soil. And like I said, I water her before the transplants already with Fish Emulsion. And as I was removing the root system, I also water the roots because I know it's going to take me time to fill the container. So I did water the roots while I was waiting to get, filled in that sense. So that's it. Just want to show you guys, this video is like second week of September. And we do have a couple of hot days the next couple of days, which is not ideal. But I want me to get my head around earlier before the winter, so she just get used to it, because right now is the time when the sun here and the sun at the back where it was living is about the same sunlight, because once it's winter it will have even less sun, like in this area in general. Like once in November, December, it will have less sun kind of. So I just want her to get used to the same level sun, even though it was different hours, but it's the same level sun for the next couple of days. I might put a shade cloth if it got bad, because I do have the chalice. I could have added shade cloth, like, going to the front kind of. I could do that. So yeah, I just want to give you guys an update on my plant, and I got a cat approval here. It's my neighborhood cat. She did take a look last night. She said, "What have she done there? It was not here before." So yeah, and check out my video a couple of weeks ago before when she was still only at the back. You can see the container. This is much bigger, and I did plant it higher. I did not put. I just removed a little bit of mulch, but I didn't remove all of it, and I didn't put rocks, like, because usually normally people put rocks like these or bricks or whatever in this area for it. I did not do that on purpose because I do want to break down the bottom so then it can grow the roots down. So it's more like a raised bed kind of condition-ish. Not exactly, but you know what I'm saying. So I just want it raised so that it can grow the roots at the bottom. So that's why I did not do any protection to the bottom of the container. And the side is definitely protected. You can see I screwed all the screws in, way more than 4 and then needed, so that it will stay in shape, the container. And plus the grow bag is probably going to be at least another 5 to 10 years before the grow bag completely deteriorate. This is a good brand, by the way, not sponsored. The Repulse, this is basically, if you wanted sturdy grow bag that you can reuse and not worry about, this is one of the brand. I did hate the handle. I mean, the handle is handy, but I did hate the handle because sometimes it kind of like get in the way. But it's probably the only grow bag I'll go back to. It's my favorite right now for grow bag wise. So, and I have those 5 years. It didn't break still. So I like this grow bag a lot. It will have the green things on it, like, kind of, but it did not break. Well, not yet. 5 years. So that's why I like this brand, because it didn't break. Because the last thing you want is a grow bag that breaks in the middle when you're transplanting. And like I said, the whole point is, if the transplant goes south, I want a grow bag to be able to live it up. And you can see I didn't tie it too tight either. It's barely tying. Like this one is not tied at all. This one is tying just so that it go that direction. So yeah, I'll probably water it a bit while we're talking, and stay tuned for the next update. Until next time, have a good one, guys. Bye.